suggested that I try out this thing from Ruffstuff. It is called The Cure, and this is the brand. Give them a shout out. It's supposed to fix a lot of slop in the Jeep steering. If you've ever driven a Jeep, then you know what that slop is. Most of them have it. Mine has all new tie rods and ball joints and stuff in it, but I'm gonna give it a shot and see if it fixes anything and see if it's worth your guys' time to put it on. See if it's worth the money. It was only like 20 bucks, so I figured why not give it a shot. Fix the steering. So I'm gonna mark a center line on here and then mark on the dash where once it starts turning, once there's actually resistance of the tires, that's where I'll mark it on the dash so I can see it before and after. So I'd like to note that this is a newer tie rod. It's about maybe a year and a half old, and it's still pretty sturdy. So you just slide this on, and then it goes on like that, and you throw it up into the car. It's pretty self-explanatory. Alright, got the Cure installed. I always like to use a new cotter pin. It's just good practice, but in between there, it's seated pretty far on there so that grease doesn't leak out. All you gotta be able to do is just drop the front steering bar and you're good to go. Now we'll see an actual test of whether it changed anything. It's been about a week since I installed the Cure. I wanted to give it a full run through before I give it my final review of how I like it. And so far, I would not say it's like curing anything. I mean, it does fix a little bit of slop in the steering, but it doesn't like fix all of your problems if that's what you're going to be buying this for. I would not say that it does well with that. But my tie rods and ball joints are about a year to 2 years old, so they aren't super thrashed or anything. But I can see if you had really old tie rods and ball joints, how it would end up helping you. I can see that it taking away a lot of slop for that, but if you're up to maintenance on your steering, then this really isn't the product for you, I'd say. So far what I've noticed is it does fix a little bit of slop. Like when you're on the highway, it stays tracked a little bit better. It doesn't throw your steering everywhere, and it has, when you do hit bumps, it feels less likely that you're gonna get a death wobble. Makes the steering a little bit better. As you can see, I still have quite a bit of play in the steering wheel. That's probably from the steering box now, but it seems to do what I want it to do. Now, would I recommend this to anyone? I'd say I recommend it to somebody who just wants to fix their steering the cheap way, since this is like 20 bucks, where all your tie rods would end up costing you probably 100. Oh, there's a dog in the road. It'd end up costing you about 100, 200 bucks to get it all done if you don't do it yourself, or if you do it yourself. Whose dog is this? But that being said, if your steering's bad, I say give it a shot, but if it's not, then just leave it how it is. Alright, all in all guys, I'd say the Cure is a pretty good product. I still think that it should be done the proper way and just with new tie rods, but if you need to use it, use it. It's a good product. I'm gonna throw one of their stickers on my toolbox because I approve the brand. I think they're good, and I'll rep it. Thanks guys, have a good one. Watch out for next video.